Do you like role-playing video games, TikTakers? Because if you do, then you surely know about Undertale. And even if you're not a fan of the genre, you should definitely check this game out. It not only has a great story, but also implements very original and fun game mechanics. In this game, we take control of Frisk, a human child who has fallen into the underground, a large region under the surface of the earth separated by a magical barrier. In our journey to get back home safe and sound, we'll have to face many monsters. And that's where this title's very original game mechanics come into play. On one hand, you have the option of fighting the monsters you face, just like in any other RPG. However, after you do your attack, you have to dodge the monster's attacks in a classic bullet hell system. You also have the option to pacify or subdue them in order to spare them instead of killing them, and thus gain allies. The story will change according to how many monsters you decide to spare or kill. But before we keep going, some context first. You need to know that a long time ago, two races ruled over the earth, humans and monsters. Then one day, war broke out between the two races, and after a long series of battles, humans were victorious. As punishment, humans locked all the monsters in the underground using a magical barrier. Many years after that conflict, a human child named Frisk had the courage to climb up Mount Ebot. Legends say that whoever climbs the mountain will never come back. However, Frisk discovered a large opening at the top, the only point through which a human can cross the magical barrier. And then Frisk falls into a cave that leads to the rest of the underground. Here begins Frisk's journey to return to the surface, either destroying or befriending monsters along the way. Frisk's determination gives them the ability to recover health, and if they die, they have the ability to go back in time through the game's save points. And depending on the player's actions, Frisk will either be a kind-hearted and merciful soul or a vicious and ruthless killer. Frisk's first encounter is with Flowey, a dog in yellow flower who teaches us Undertale's basic game mechanics and combat system. Here, Flowey incites Frisk to become stronger by gaining more LV, or love according to him. To do so, Frisk needs to obtain EXP by killing monsters. However, Flowey quickly turns against Frisk in order to steal their soul. But suddenly, Frisk is rescued by Toriel, guardian of the ruins. She's an anthropomorphous goat lady with a strong maternal instinct, who will teach us how to resolve conflicts without killing anyone. Once we learn our lesson, we'll venture throughout the underground with the goal of reaching the magic barrier located at Asgore's castle. There lives Asgore Dreamer, the king of the underground, who wants to obtain 7 human souls to destroy the barrier, and thus start a new war. In our journey, we'll find other characters that will help us, such as Dr. Alphys, a shy yellow female dinosaur who also looks like a scientist. Meanwhile, other characters will pursue us to no end, such as the robot Metaton, and Undyne, the captain of the Royal Guard. Undertale's combat system is a turn-based system divided in 2 phases. The first one is the defensive phase, where we control a small heart that represents Frisk's soul, to avoid the projectiles the enemies throw at us. In the second phase, we can choose between attacking, selecting an action to try to defuse the situation, using an item, or asking for mercy. As we mentioned before, the choices you make during your journey will lead to one of the 3 different routes Undertale offers. First, we have the neutral route, which you take when you kill either one or many monsters. Then there is the genocide route, where you need to kill all available enemies in each zone in addition to the zone's boss. And finally, there is the pacifist route, where you finish the game without killing a single monster and befriending all characters. Each route leads to a different ending, which we won't be spoiling here, of course. Undertale was first released in September 2015 by the indie developer Toby Fox, who made almost the entirety of the game by himself, from the story to the music. The game was hugely successful, and after the PC version, the game was released for the Nintendo Switch, the PlayStation 4, and the PlayStation Vita. And in 2018, Toby released the first chapter of Deltarune, a spin-off of Undertale. So what do you think about Undertale's game mechanics, TikTakers? Have you tried the game yet? Share with us in the comments which route you would choose. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it, and if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode!